So I'm Liad Itzhak, I'm head of Here Mobility, and what we do in the mobility space is connecting this space. So instead of offering another service, what we do is we build a platform that connects many different services under one platform. We see the mobility market as a hyper-fragmented market, many different players who can offer and should offer mobility services, public transportation in many different locations, taxis, private hire, car rental companies, etc. And we create accessibility to all of them by connecting them to one platform and externalize a standard way to connect to all of them.
And you're not providing, you don't provide an app, you don't provide a service direct to users, you're different from that.
Exactly. So just like what Android did in the mobile phone space, they didn't try to create a closed garden. They were an enablement in the space. We're an enabler for the mobility space. If we want to see a future where we have variety of services available for us and we want to have multiple choices, we need to find a good way to connect all these different mobility service providers, transportation providers, and we don't have, besides Here Mobility, anyone else in the market who tried to connect the mobility market, and this is exactly what we do.
So you're completely independent, as it were, you're just providing this.
We're independent and we're neutral. Again, we're not a service provider and we're not an application. We connect many different mobility services and we externalize this availability to businesses who would like to offer mobility services, transportation as part of their business. We offer it to airlines who would like to provide door-to-door solution to their passengers and to corporates for their employees and for roadside assistance and so on and so forth. And by doing that, we create an ecosystem that can be now connected. Beforehand, it was disconnected, it was hyper-fragmented, and that's what we do in the ecosystem.
So your customers, the airlines, for example, they might build an app using your data.
Definitely.
That's how the user will actually get there.
And we actually have quite a few of an app that already integrated our solution within the app. For example, Banco Colombia now integrate our solution in their digital wallet app called Neki in Colombia, and we have few others who do that. So this is exactly the intention, not to be at the front, but to be an enabler in the space, to be a connector in the space.
And public transportation is an important part of the jigsaw on the other side.
It's a critical part. What we see in today's world is an increase of unnecessary driven kilometers. We see a disruption that happened 10 years ago where the ride-hailing companies, what they created is actually a shift from public transport to ride-hailing services. We want to do the opposite. We want to encourage people to take the public transportation, and we do that by providing first and last mile to the public transport. And once you have a seamless experience of a passenger go from point A to point B and using public transport as the backbone of this journey, that can create a massive disruption on the positive side, a disruption that can reduce unnecessary driven kilometers, that can create variety of services, that can create connectivity, that can build the future we're looking for the transportation.